Hey guys, Kenny here. I'm here to review the 2010 suspense thriller Devil. I saw this at 10:30 a.m. at AMC Mesquite 30. Today, September 18th, 2010. I have to say that I was really pleased with Devil. I really didn't expect anything from this movie. My expectations were really low since it's written and I think it was written and co-produced by M. Night Shyamalan. Or not written, but the story was by him, and I think he was a co-producer. And because he didn't direct it, I think that's what made the story so good. He let someone else direct it, and I think that's what made it so enjoyable. Because I think he's a better storyteller, a better story writer than he is a director, personally. In recent years, he's definitely proved that he's not a very good director. He seems to come up with better storylines, stories than he does at directing, and Devil is no exception. He created a very intriguing story in this that is supposed to carry on into 2 more movies, and I think this shows big promise for continuing on in the trilogy. Devil basically is about these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strangers, I believe. 5 that end up being stranded in this elevator, and weird, strange occurrences start happening, like the lights start flickering and then turning off a lot. And more often than not, when that happens, that's when something really violent happens. When the lights come back on, you see the violent act that happened. And then there's a really good moment when the lights are all off and someone flicks a cigarette lighter, I think, and then you see this face off the side of him, and it really does jar you. It jarred me. And it also turns out that there's this I don't know if he's a security guard, but he watches it's these 2 guys that watch the video feed in the elevators, every one of them. And then it's this Hispanic or Mexican person that works there. I think he's like a security guard. He starts telling this story of involving the devil, and what he says, gradually it ends up becoming true and happening in the elevator itself. I'm not trying to spoil that. It's a really good little monologue that he says. He says it in parts, not in one big line. So I think that's what makes it so impactful. What he says ends up happening as each event happens in the elevator. And then there's this FBI agent, or I think he's with the FBI. One of the people in the elevator ended up doing something very horrific personally to to this FBI agent. And then he and that person in the elevator ends up becoming a huge threat for a moment. And then it's a really good cat and mouse game, but trying to figure out who is doing all this. And it's probably one person that you probably wouldn't ever expect, the one that seemed the most innocent. Oh, almost. Every one of them have their little niche. Like one of them is a thief. I don't remember what else. There are four other things that they're called that the FBI agent says. I don't remember. But each thing that he calls them when he sees them in the video feed really does tell you what kind of character they are, and it really lets you into who they really are. Because in a way there is a lot of, to me, I felt a lot of character development in this movie. I felt very connected to each and every one of them. I really did. And I actually did kind of get a little choked up any time any one of them ended up being killed. And that's why I really did end up enjoying this movie. I felt like the story was sharp and in a way well written, and the acting was actually really, really good. So I highly recommend Devil for anyone who loves these kind of stories. There's horrific elements in it, but there's also a little bit of drama put in. I felt it. So I really recommend all of you, to see this. So I think that's all I have to say on Devil. So stay cool and roll out to the movies. Bye.